Are you paying the high price of AutoCAD because you truly need it, or simply because you are used to it? Most users are not attached to a specific brand. They care about three things: getting the job done, saving time, and reducing cost. So here is the real question. What if you could replace AutoCAD in less than 1 hour without retraining your team and actually improve productivity? In this video, we will answer that question. We will go step by step to show how ARES fully replaces AutoCAD and where it goes beyond it. We will focus on 5 key areas. Ease of transition, so you can get started right away. 2D and 3D CAD capabilities to handle your daily workflows. Performance for real-world environments. Modern workflows with collaboration, AI, and automation, and flexible licensing options designed to fit your business. Let's get started. ARES works natively with the DWG format, so there is no need for imports or file conversion. You can open AutoCAD DWG files directly in ARES Commander, whether they are stored locally on your computer or in a connected cloud storage service. ARES supports leading cloud platforms such as Box, Google Drive, and Dropbox, with additional options available for different project environments. And now ARES also connects directly with Autodesk Forma, formerly known as Autodesk Construction Cloud, allowing teams to access DWG projects in many different cloud storages, including the Autodesk Cloud. ARES works natively in the same DWG format. By default, it is saving in the same DWG 2018 format that is the latest available in AutoCAD, but you can also save in any previous version. Saving drawings to your preferred cloud storage provider unlocks the flexibility to work with the same DWG files across desktop, browser, and mobile environments. ARES Commander is the desktop version, offering a full and easy replacement for AutoCAD on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, with the same license and look and feel. ARES Kudo brings powerful DWG editing to the web browser, with no installation required. It is equivalent in features to AutoCAD LT. And ARES Touch extends DWG access to tablets and smartphones when users need to review or edit drawings on mobile devices. Just as importantly, the transition feels familiar. In ARES Commander, the workspace follows the same logic you already know. You have a familiar ribbon, model and paper space layouts, and the layers and properties palettes right where you expect to find them. Down below, the status bar provides instant access to familiar drafting toggles, such as object snaps, ortho, and polar tracking. Workspaces can also be switched depending on your task, for example, when moving between 2D drafting and 3D modeling. ARES Kudo extends that familiar CAD workflow to the browser. You can keep working on DWG files online, using more than 300 CAD tools to handle standard 2D editing and detailing tasks. This means you can work from any computer with a modern browser, making DWG editing possible even on devices such as Chromebooks. Both ARES Commander and ARES Kudo include the command line, allowing you to type familiar command names. In many cases, the commands are identical, and when they differ, common AutoCAD aliases are recognized. As you can use the commands you know from AutoCAD, it makes the switch very easy. And if users need help finding a command, A3, the ARES AI assistant, can highlight it directly in the interface, making the transition even easier. And this is only one example of what A3 can do. To see what else is possible, check out the AI and Automation Deep Dive. For companies with their own CAD customization, ARES Commander supports standard technologies including Lisp, DCL, C++, and .NET. This is especially important when migrating from AutoCAD, because your existing Lisp routines can easily be reused. In practice, experienced AutoCAD users can typically begin working productively in ARES with little to no learning curve. Let's take a few common CAD workflows and see how ARES not only replaces AutoCAD, but improves them. CAD drawings often require quick cleanup, especially when geometry becomes dense or overlapping. In ARES, trimming works as expected, but with POWERTRIM, the workflow becomes much faster. You simply drag across the segments you want to remove, and ARES trims them automatically as you move the cursor, both in ARES Commander and in ARES Kudo. As an extra bonus, holding the Shift key lets you extend geometry with the same gesture. This makes working with complex drawings much more efficient. This same focus on efficiency applies to other tasks. When working with hatches or gradients, a contextual ribbon appears automatically, both in ARES Commander and ARES Kudo, reducing the need to navigate through menus. As you can see here in the Annotate tab, ARES Kudo fully supports every type of dimension and annotation, and you can even manage dimension styles right in your web browser. In the current drawing, we can see many examples of these dimensions already in place. One key advantage of ARES is its exclusive dimensions palette, designed to let you quickly adjust your annotations, both here in ARES Kudo as well as in ARES Commander. And of course, ARES Commander also includes all the dimensioning tools you are already used to in AutoCAD. One more example of a unique feature in ARES Commander is mouse gestures. This provides a shortcut-driven workflow, letting you trigger up to 8 custom commands with a simple right-click and drag. And one last little trick in ARES Commander: properties can be easily copied across drawings using the Property Painter command, another time-saving feature. Area calculations are a common part of CAD work, and ARES makes the process much faster. With the AREANOTE tool, you can create the area calculation directly in the drawing. You simply select a closed region, boundary, or define the area by points, and ARES automatically calculates the area, applies a color fill, and adds a label with the value. This makes it easier to visualize and document spaces clearly. AREANOTE is available in ARES Commander, ARES Kudo, and ARES Touch, so the same workflow applies whether you are working on desktop, in your browser, or on a mobile device. Blocks are a key part of how CAD teams reuse standard content. When you open DWG files containing AutoCAD dynamic blocks, ARES recognizes them and lets you work with their dynamic properties. For example, in ARES Commander, you can adjust blocks using grips, visibility states, and other parameters, just as expected. The same block-based workflow continues in ARES Kudo, where users can open the drawing in the browser and make changes without installing desktop CAD. ARES then takes this further with the Trinity block library. Instead of storing blocks in separate local folders, the Trinity block library centralizes your blocks in the cloud. Users can access more than 450 ready-to-use dynamic blocks in ARES Kudo and ARES Commander, or create their own symbol libraries. These block libraries can be shared across the organization, helping teams standardize commonly used blocks and ensure everyone works with approved content. The Trinity block library is also available in ARES Touch, making it easy to insert blocks from an online library when working in the field. And when a new block is needed, ARES can now generate one with AI, simply from a text description, and save it directly to the Trinity block library for later use. For a complete breakdown of this AI workflow, check out our dedicated AI and automation deep dive. In larger projects, external references are critical for keeping drawings organized and connected. In ARES Commander, when you open a drawing with missing XREFs, the References palette helps you identify the issue immediately. Instead of fixing each missing reference one by one, you can update multiple paths in a single step. ARES Commander also helps prevent broken references before they happen. For example, When saving a drawing to a new location, ARES warns you if relative XREF paths may be affected. And when drawings with XREFs are saved in the cloud, they can also be opened in ARES Kudo, helping users review referenced projects directly from the browser. This helps maintain consistency and reliability in complex multi-file projects. Once drawings are ready, producing clear and consistent deliverables become the next priority. In ARES Commander, printing follows the familiar desktop CAD approach. You can print layouts to physical printers and plotters, generate PDF files, use print styles to control line weights and colors, and produce complete drawing sets with sheet set printing. In ARES Kudo, the workflow is focused on PDF output from the browser. Until now, generating a PDF was limited to a simple one-click export. Now, ARES Kudo includes a dedicated print dialog, bringing more control directly into the browser. You can define paper size, scale, orientation, and apply CTB or STB print styles. ARES Commander and ARES Kudo use the same print style formats as in AutoCAD. You can use the predefined styles or reuse any print style created with ARES Commander or AutoCAD. When teams need to produce PDFs from multiple drawings or sheet sets, manual output can quickly become repetitive and time-consuming. ARES Online Drawings Automation takes this further, allowing DWG to PDF and sheet sets to PDF jobs to run as one-time, scheduled, or recurring processes. These jobs can be launched from ARES Commander or managed directly from ARES Kudo. We cover this in more detail in the dedicated AI and automation deep dive. 3D workflows often depend on exchanging models between different design and visualization tools. In ARES Commander, you can import and export standard formats such as STEP, and export to formats like SketchUp or Datasmith, making it easier to exchange data with other CAD systems. Once the model is in ARES Commander, you can inspect and adjust it using familiar CAD tools. For example, with push and pull, you can quickly extrude or modify faces to create or adjust simple 3D geometry. Visual styles are also supported, giving AutoCAD users a familiar way to review 3D models in different display modes. In ARES Kudo, 3D models can also be reviewed directly from the browser, with rendering modes that help users inspect the model clearly. You can also take measurements, making it easier to review 3D data without opening a desktop CAD application. Performance is a critical factor when working with real-world drawings. It is worth noting that performance isn't just about file size. It also depends on the types of entities in the drawing. As projects evolve, DWG files often become complex, containing dense hatching, thousands of blocks, external references, and high-resolution images. For these intensive workflows, ARES Commander is designed to handle large and complex DWG files, delivering a fast, smooth, and stable experience. Over the last few years, our development team has heavily focused on performance, making ARES 2027 our fastest release yet. Recent benchmark testing shows significant improvements in daily tasks, including up to 50% faster copy operations, 20% faster file opening, and smoother navigation. Saving and autosaving now run entirely in the background, allowing you to keep drafting without any interruptions. But speed is only half the equation. Reliability is just as important. With nearly 99% of all user sessions running completely crash-free, ARES delivers the stability needed to keep your daily workflow uninterrupted. ARES Kudo takes a different approach, using CAD directly in the browser. Because it operates over the internet, initially loading large drawings may take a moment as the data transfers. However, once the file is open, zooming, panning, and editing remain responsive. This makes it practical to review and modify files on devices without a local CAD installation. Ultimately, this dual approach means users can rely on a dedicated local workstation for intensive daily drafting, while having the flexibility to work on those same files when stepping away from the office. With nearly 50 years of experience developing CAD software, at Graebert, we know that while traditional drafting tools remain essential, the way people work has fundamentally changed, and relying on those alone isn't always enough to meet today's demands. To give our users a real advantage, our development team is heavily focused on what comes next. We consistently invest in modern technologies that help ARES stand out from other DWG alternatives. This is where our software truly excels. We know that creating, managing, and sharing drawings often involves a lot of tedious, manual work. And we are driven by a simple goal: accelerating your daily workflow. So, we have focused on automating those bottlenecks. Whether that means relying on the ARES AI assistant to speed up your daily design work, using our Trinity collaboration tools to connect with your team and clients, keeping your files secure, and your feedback perfectly organized, shifting heavy, repetitive batch file conversions entirely to the cloud, keeping your computer free so you can stay focused on designing, automatically extracting 2D plans, elevations, and sections from imported Revit and IFC models to save you hours of manual drafting, or effortlessly pulling real-world map data straight into your workspace, exactly when the project calls for it. Across all of these advancements, the goal remains exactly the same: to let ARES do the heavy lifting for you. What you are seeing on screen is just a quick look at these modern CAD technologies in action. To see exactly how these modern workflows perform in the real world, make sure to watch the other deep dives on our YouTube channel, where we explore each of these tools in detail. Beyond features, companies also need flexibility in how CAD is purchased, deployed, and used. ARES gives companies a wide range of licensing options, making it easier to choose the model that fits their users, teams, and IT environments. This includes both subscription and perpetual licenses, as well as standalone, network, and enterprise deployment options. ARES also offers Flex Cloud licenses, a modern shared licensing model where licenses are managed online rather than tied to a specific location. This allows teams to share licenses across offices, remote users, and hybrid work environments, while keeping access controlled. This flexibility matters because not every user works the same way. Power users can rely on ARES Commander for full desktop performance. Other users can work with ARES Kudo for browser-based DWG editing and review. And when drawings need to be checked on site, ARES Touch lets team members access them from tablets and smartphones. ARES lets companies match the right product and licensing model to each type of user, making it easier to adapt to different usage needs, optimize costs, and scale as their teams evolve. Taken together, ARES is not only a powerful alternative to AutoCAD, often costing 6 to 7 times less, but a more flexible and cost-effective way to support modern CAD workflows across desktop, cloud, and mobile.